or welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I'm doing good. Today I'm coming up with the October wrap up video for you guys. I know I'm a little late in coming up with the October wrap up, but as I told you, my mother-in-law had fell down and broke her leg, so we couldn't function much during these days without her. So yeah, so it took some time for us to come back towards the routine. So it took us some time to come back in the routine, so that's why the delay. So let's, without further ado, let's start with the video. So the first book I read in October is The Dragonfly Pool by Eva Ibbotson. So this book is a middle grade. It's the story of Tally Hamilton. Tally is being sent to a boarding school because a war has been declared, and her father wants to save her from all the bombings that might happen. So she's being sent to the countryside, to a boarding school in the countryside, which she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to leave her aunts and her father, but she eventually goes to the school and starts liking the school. She learns about the students studying with her and starts loving them. And then one day they go to another country called mm, Virginia. Yeah, it's called Virginia. They get a chance to go there on a cultural fest, and once she's there, a murder attempt happens on the king. Not a murder attempt, it's actually the king is murdered, and then Tally and her friends are given the responsibility to save the prince from the clutches of all the bad people. So the whole book is about how Tally first adjusts to the new progressive kind of boarding school, which is not the usual boarding school, and then how she and her friends uh, are able to save the prince of Virginia from the clutches of all the evil people, and how the prince gets back to his duty and all that. So it's a wonderful book. I liked it a lot. I'll give it a 4 star out of 5. It's an awesome book, a good read at that. The next book I read is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I had read a lot about it on BookTube. Not read, sorry, I had heard a lot about it on BookTube, and the book was, oh my god, very, very good. I gave it a 4.5 stars out of 5 because it was awesome. It's the story of Eleanor Oliphant, who has a routine life where she goes to work from Monday to Friday, then buys some vodka and a pizza, and then uh, spends her weekend drinking that vodka and eating that pizza. So she's very bad at socializing with people, and is her relationship the with her colleagues in the office. So this book is all about how Eleanor uh, finds a friend in Raymond, an IT guy in her office. How she develops a strong relationship with him, because they both end up saving an old gentleman called Sammy, and after that they kind of develop a bond, and how she overcomes her anxiety and how she sorts the very much needed help is all the story. And there is also a small twist at the end, which you must read to find out what it is. But it was a wonderful, wonderful book. Definitely read. I will recommend it 100%. Those were the two serious books that I read. The other book I read is The Wise Parrot by Ruskin Bond. Now, this contains stories, retellings by Ruskin Bond of various old tales, and a very light read, easy read, and a very entertaining read. So, after those two big hard reads, this was like very good to go through. So yeah, a normal book, 4.5 out of 5. If I have to give stars, it's 4.5 out of 5. Very good book and an easy read. That a collection of short stories, as I said. The last book I read is this small, teeny, tiny little book called Birthday Girl by Murakami. Uh, Now, in this there's a girl who's celebrating her 20th birthday, and she works as a waitress in a restaurant in Tokyo, Japan. And she her birthday is very uneventful. There's not much happening, and then the manager falls ill, and she's given the responsibility to deliver the food to the owner on sixth floor. Now the owner is a very weird old man, and when she reaches there, he says because it's her birthday, he will grant her a wish. Now we are never told what the wish is. We are never told if it's fulfilled or not. But the story going forward is very intriguing. It's just a small, teeny, tiny story, and a very open-ended, and it has a very open-ended ending. So we are never told, as I said, we are never told if if the wish was ever granted, or um, I mean, if the wish was ever fulfilled, or if what wish was that she asked for. But we a lot is just up to our imagination, and I must say definite read, and especially if you are starting with Murakami stories, this is a good start. You can just start with this and then go on to the bigger stories. So I definitely will read more Murakami after this. So it's a very good story. So that was all the readings, but I'm sure I'll finish more books this month, and the wrap up video will be a bit longer than this. But until we meet next Saturday, bye.